You win. Perfect.
Oh, I guess that means I got to start playing Rocket League.
I guess, yeah. And that's when I realized
Yeah,
we'd
that's
have
what
to
I
both start
realized.
playing Rocket League.
Right? $4 million.
Hey, we're live. We're
What's
live.
up? What's
I mean,
up?
I guess
Hey,
if
we're
you want to start off
live.
with that, we can start off with
Well, yeah,
that.
that's some pretty interesting news. Sorry, guys. I just heard about $4 million that I could win, so yes.
You're not going to win a
I'm
cent
so
of it.
going Dude, I've seen you play Rocket League. Yeah, I can play Rocket League. Just kidding.
Yeah, okay. Me playing Rocket League is against someone who could win the money is like you going up against LeBron James and Michael Jordan in a 1v2 and expecting to score one single point.
I mean, it could happen. bro.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying
Cody,
it-
quick with the comparison right
Wow.
there.
Why you got to bring up, it's all right.
Why you got to bring up greats?
Because
why you got to bring in the goat?
because
Why you got to compare
it's
yourself? Why you got to compare yourself to LeBron though?
I'm not comparing myself to LeBron. I'm comparing the players that I would play against LeBron.
All right, sorry. Really
All
long
right. Welcome to the
tangent.
Pixel Portal
Welcome,
podcast.
right?
Yeah, welcome. How's it going? How's it
Welcome
going?
to the Pixel Portal podcast.
It is July. It is the level 7 of Jumanji.
It's halftime of
No,
2020.
Yeah, 2020's halftime show. Woo, it's been a great first half.
We have no wardrobe malfunction.
Not
All the players are in the locker room right now going, man, that first half was tough.
That
We really got to turn it around in the second half.
Yeah.
But we
The
made
coaches are, what are you guys doing?
it. We made it this far. All right, we're not gonna quit yet.
We have
Not
survived.
yet.
And that's your pep talk for July. All right, moving on.
We have survived.
But if you do want to talk about it right away, since you did mention it, we
Yeah,
can come
why
back
not?
to it, is
Why
the
not?
Rocket League, season 10. It's the new competitive season. I'll go ahead and play the video, but they kind of revamped the competitive side to it. Before it was like teams would sign up via their organizations like G2 or TSM or NRG. Any of these big organizations would have a Rocket
Like
League
Pixel
team.
Portal, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then they would join in on the tournaments. But now it's like a full open qualifier. So like if we
Oh,
wanted
wow.
to, we could have a Pixel Portal squad go and try out.
I'm
So
I'm totally down for that. Like, if you come to Pixel Portal and you want to represent us,
And Rocket
and
League,
you're good,
yeah, you got to be good.
and you're good. Let me put that on
Yeah,
there.
good.
then yeah. So
Good,
it looks
good with a DA.
it looks
Good.
really interesting. But yeah, I say we can just watch the video and then it kind of explains itself.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know why we're doing this, right before we went on, Cody made mention that they now have a $4 million prize pool, and I'm like, what? For what?
Yeah,
For Rocket League? Yeah, I'm playing. So,
Yeah.
do you have something, Manny?
Oh, I was just wondering. Rocket League is cross-platform, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent question.
So.
You
Yeah, Rocket League
contributed
is
for the day. Lights and a good question.
Oh, I
but
know, right?
Manny's 2 for 2.
Yeah, yeah. So.
I wish I could turn around my cameras to show. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Go for it.
You've spent countless hours perfecting your game, honing your passes, and dialing in your shots. And the Rocket League Championship
I'm
Series
already
has
good at
grown
this
right
game, look at
along
that.
with you. From community-driven grassroots competitions into one of the world's leading professional esports. And that was just the beginning. Introducing RLCS Season X, a year-long tournament circuit
They named it
worth
after me
over
again?
$4 billion. It all starts on the regional
Yeah,
level.
the money
North
comes out of your
America,
pocket.
Europe, Oceania,
wish.
and South America each have their own series of events.
It's basically
In North America
soccer
and Europe, the season is divided
cards.
into 3 splits: fall, winter, and spring.
Okay.
Splits are defined by unique tournament format, forcing teams to master new challenges throughout the season. Each split is made up of 3 regional events. Regionals start with fully open qualifiers. Teams that qualify
so I guess we
earn
gotta get
RLCS
qualified then.
circuit points based on their finishing placement in that regional event. These points are tallied up to see which teams will join the other 3 regions at that split's international major to fight for even more points, more prize pool, and to become a major champion. Every
I'm
goal
gonna be hoisting
game
that
and
trophy.
match could be the deciding difference as teams vie to earn the most cumulative points across 3 splits and 3 international majors to qualify for the Rocket League World Championship. The ultimate test of skill, composure, and drive.
I got
Start your
goosebumps
journey.
because of that
Live
last
your
moment they
Rocket League
showed was
dream.
from last
Sign up now.
season's World Championships, and it was so awesome. It literally went to a Game 7 overtime, and
Nice.
whoever scores wins the World Championships.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay,
oh,
so,
it was insane.
all right, so we're gonna have our own team, or right? We're just gonna be called what, the Pixel Portals?
So basically,
we'll
y'all
let
are-
them. We'll let them.
Sponsored by Pixel Portals.
Sponsored by
okay.
Pixel World. We'll
There
let
you
them
go.
Pick their own team.
Why do I imagine getting the team together, failing miserably, and then cue the '80s montage? Bring them back from
I
the
would do it just so we could have a montage.
right.
A montage.
Montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Even Pixel Portal gets a montage.
All right, but
Totally have to have the South Park voices for that. Though.
so Rocket League,
We can do
very
that.
cool. I guess I will start. I don't know. If you
I
guys, if you
wanna
guys
do
think
a
you're good, I say we come in and we host maybe a tourney and see who's gonna make the team.
I've been trying.
Sure.
I put ourselves onto a couple Rocket League communities.
we've had some people come in and specifically ask about Rocket League, like specifically ask about it.
And I put it on a couple of the systems. Had a couple people come over and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you have Rocket League." Me too.
Cool. Well, now we have a team. All
Oh,
right, so
can we show these off?
The masks.
Oh yeah, the map.
Pixel Portal Arcade has
so
masks.
new in July, we have picked
Hold on.
the official.
Hold that one. Because we've got.
Official.
Pass it down.
Pixel Portal face masks. Yes, very cool. You can get these for $10
Yep.
plus
10
tax,
Ah, I'm
and
stuck.
you can sport our logo and advertise this everywhere you go.
Awesome.
And
of
keep
course-
safe.
Yeah, keep safe.
And
We'll be
keep
wearing
safe,
them too. but
100%.
Yeah.
It's the newest fashionable way to be safe.
And I'll have to make a graphic for it now because it can go along with
Yeah.
our
Oh,
T-shirt
true,
blitz
true, true.
sale that is still going on. If anybody wants to get one of our T-shirts on the website or in person,
And
we
they
have for
talked
sale
about
for $20.
they talked about some new orders that came down today. So
Oh yes.
I guess masks are mandatory if you're out in public.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
or
actually
a-
came in at the perfect time because I don't know, 10 minutes prior to us going live, we all got like the Amber emergency alert that in Texas now, San Antonio, masks are required pretty much anytime you leave your house.
Yeah.
So if you're walking outside your front door, you gotta have a mask on anywhere you go.
And
I-
you know what? And I'm sure this was my question too. When they first did the first mask order, was like, do I have to wear it in the car? I'm sure later on they'll clarify that part too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
I don't
so.
think so. But I think what they're trying to do is go after like all these videos coming out, the Karens.
Mm.
I'm not wearing that mask. It's like, I guess they're trying to address. Like, look, it's not a question of like, do you
Whether
want
you-
to
yeah.
or your freedoms or your right. It's just
Yeah,
it's-
you have to wear it. Yeah.
You just have to wear it.
Yeah,
And I
just
think
don't
it's
wear
more so when you're in gatherings. I mean, that's really what this is
Yeah,
all
I guess
about.
when
is protect-
social
yeah,
distancing is not
is not available.
Is not available.
So if you're by yourself in your car with someone that you already live with and quarantine with, I don't think you really need to wear a mask. But, but who knows?
I would definitely say visit what is it, CDC.org or whatever.
Or the city of San Antonio.
Or
you know, for official,
COSA, City of San Antonio website for official.
Yeah.
We are not the official. We're
No.
just telling you. what
And
we
we
heard.
obviously didn't do all the research yet.
Yeah, we just heard about it. Like,
Yeah,
literally.
just literally.
we just
like
got the
5
Amber
minutes ago,
the
yeah.
Amber alert right before the everyone wear a mask.
Like, I was
But
like,
you know
what's
what the
going on?
biggest thing is? Like, I'm a weeb, and now I can finally buy all those cool graphic.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that too. I've been looking at masks like there's one with Vader's like I guess grill on it. So it's
Yeah.
like Vader's
Yeah,
mask.
they sell
I
whole
want
Star
that.
Boba
Wars.
Fett,
Yeah, the
and
Star Wars
Chewie,
one,
Chewbacca.
Like, now I want more masks. I want like anime masks. I want Marvel masks. Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I want
yeah.
Baby
I want
Yoda.
Mortal Kombat masks.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah, Mortal
yeah.
Kombat.
I want Scorpion and Sub-Zero 100%.
I think I want a
I want
Chester,
Melina because I have the
Chester
shirt.
cat.
Yeah,
Just to have her.
Chester
teeth.
Yeah, the
Melina.
Chester cat smile.
Melina would just be a pink mask. Look at her.
I know. But I want her
but
teeth
that's
like
okay.
poking through.
But
Yeah,
that's
pretty
okay. Hey, you know what? Speaking of, well, back to Star Wars. I actually finished the last 3 newer movies this
Oh,
past
yeah?
couple of
Okay,
days
the
ago.
last 3 episodes.
Yeah, the last 3 episodes, and I'm
And?
like,
And
I mean, of course I liked it. Yeah, and it was
it's the
nice to.
greatest cinema ever made. Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it.
Star Trek
you know.
sucks.
We're not going to get into that. Anyway, no, they were good. I will say this though, Ben just got on my nerves.
Ben
like
Solo.
Ben Solo, Kylo Ren.
Ben Solo. In the end, he was Ben Solo. He got on my nerves in the beginning. He kind of grew on me after a while.
Okay,
So yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Well,
it's
that's like me and Anakin.
Yeah,
Like, when
I hate
Anakin
it,
was
yeah,
a young man.
Yeah.
My God, I was
hated
like,
his
oh
whiny.
my God, I'm
Yeah.
a whiny
It's
little.
not fair.
yes,
Yeah.
that's whiny. He was.
Yeah.
Ben was really whiny, and he threw.
be powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was so those tantrums, man.
Yeah.
And I love the way everybody
But
who
that's
walked
a
by him must
Skywalker
be like,
trait.
It is.
That is a Skywalker trait.
Yeah, because even
100%.
Luke had his little tantrums.
Yep.
I don't know what you
Not
want
as much.
from me.
Luke was the most calm out of all
He
of
was.
the Skywalkers.
I can't
though.
lift my ship. I don't know what you want from me. You know, like it's,
I just want to go to the space mall, Mom.
yeah,
Jeez.
there's a new iPhone 38.
yeah.
So we're
His
in
land speeder has better rims than mine does.
we're in July, and we haven't even covered this yet. 4th of July,
What's
4th of
that?
July.
Oh yeah.
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Halfway
That
point
movie was
of-
awesome. I love
It's
that movie.
Independence Day is when Will Smith fought the aliens so that we could be free.
Classic
Mhm.
movie.
It's in history,
Yeah.
bro.
It's in the
Bill
book.
Pullman,
It's on the internet, so it must
Yeah,
be true.
it's on the
Yeah.
internet.
President Bill Pullman. I
Yeah,
mean, come on,
the
how do you
greatest
know?
president
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, July, 4th of July. For those of you that are wondering, we are open.
Yay.
We're going to slightly adjust the hours, though, because I'm pretty sure most people, later on at night are probably going to be home popping fireworks, So we will be open 4th of July from 12 to 8.
12 to 8.
12 to 8.
Share that. Let everybody know.
Standard rate supply. Yeah, come out
Tell
and
all
have
your
fun.
friends. 12 to 8. That way people have time, when it starts to get dark at 8, you can go home and pop fireworks or whatever.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that we were talking about Star Wars and July because for some reason in July, Santikos has decided to bring back Star Wars movies, not in order, just at random. So, like, if you go to the theater right now, you can see The Force Awakens. But I want to go next weekend when they're playing Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, because that's when. Yes.
Yes.
But that's also the movie where Vader tells the famous scene, Luke, I am your father. So
Actually, have you ever seen? You know what the what is it called? Oh gosh,
Yes.
the technically I can't even remember the word for it now. When you remember something different than it actually was, like how
the
Burns-
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect
Yeah.
is because that line is big in that one because it's actually not Luke, I am your father. It's no, I am your father,
Mm-hmm.
because he says, that
everybody
character's
just
like, no,
assumes Luke.
Yeah.
I am your father. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that I thought was funny because I just watched a video about it the other day. So
And I just noticed, and for anybody that hasn't noticed, Cody's at the bottom of the screen. Look, I'm touching it with my pen right there. Right there. There he goes.
yep. I just did that because I got the green screen behind me now, and it just looks awkward if I have the. Okay, stop it.
I'm squishing it out.
I'm gonna turn myself off now. Thank you.
No,
Come back.
Yeah, it
It's
just
okay.
looks awkward if I put myself like at the top of the screen. So like if I put myself above Mark,
Yeah, it's a
then
little
I'm
bit.
half a
Why don't
body.
you put like in the empty space between?
Or right at the window.
There you go. Yeah. Oh.
I'm a,
Yeah, like you're peeking.
Yeah,
I'm a
Cody's in the
creeper.
window.
Yeah.
I can't rotate it. Like
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I'll figure that out for next week.
But that's too funny.
I actually did get a couple of new graphics that I just thought were fun. I messed around and went and got like this one, so now it looks like we're in a
I like
snowy
this one.
You know what, dude?
tundra
I'm okay with snow right now because it's.
because it's
gonna be
105
100
degrees
today, yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday, I was getting in my car. It's at 105 degrees, and I almost just went nope and went back inside and went to sleep.
You know
I was
what?
like, why? 105.
I can stand the heat. It's the humidity. It hasn't really rained enough to
Really messes with your hair, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Manuel.
No, it's okay. Those are what caps are for.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, more exciting news for July. I guess there's just a lot happening in July, and I read this right before I came in today. Apparently tonight, Comedy Central is going to air the not remakes but the revamped Beavis and Butthead.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Do we
I
have
think-
do we have a
Yes, I do.
an audio for that? Like,
Hold on, let me see. Where's it at? It is.
I'm gonna talk like that all day now.
I
How
haven't
old
seen
were
it.
you guys when Beavis and Butthead were a thing?
I think I was a teenager.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's really cool.
Mike Judd,
I was
man.
a kid, and I probably shouldn't have been watching it, but I was
Yeah.
watching like Daria and Beavis and Butthead at that time.
Daria.
Loved it.
I mean, Beavis and Butthead was cool. King of the Hill, right?
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Judd.
yeah, he did King of the Hill.
But
like,
Daria-
Doug on.
You know, Daria
I'll
was
tell you
just a
what, Mike.
thing.
But what's funny
Beavis and
about
Butthead
it
was
is
awesome.
it's supposed to be like based in today. So you have what's the current generation called, or what are we
Gen Z.
I gave up.
Gen Z. So it's like Gen Z parents with millennial children, and so all their antics and like everything that they get into is supposed to be relevant to today.
The only thing that I'm kind of curious about how they're gonna do is because the original Beavis and Butthead was also a music video show.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
halfway through
Well, MTV
the
did
episode,
play
they would
music.
sit down on the couch and watch
Yeah.
a music video. and
Headbangers
so-
Ball.
It's like Jamal says
Bunghole.
So there's,
Bunghole. Give me from my bunghole.
but there's like no music videos to share nowadays, right?
Yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? They can't show music videos because if they're gonna keep it the MTV, I guess, format, and in between the episode they show a video, it's probably gonna be like a reality TV show that MTV does. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
it'll be
I
it'll
hope
be
they
meme
make-
videos,
I hope they
It'll
make
be
fun of
yeah.
it.
Maybe they'll show TikToks.
TikToks or Karen videos.
How about that? Yeah, there you go.
Butthead, what are
That
you
would be
doing?
relevant. Yeah.
And,
right.
and you know what? I finally downloaded TikTok today.
Really?
So I
Finally.
might actually create a profile. And dude, every time I talk to anybody, especially my daughter, like, "Oh, Dad, I gotta show you this TikTok." I'm like, everybody's on TikTok, so maybe I gotta get a TikTok.
You know
The
what?
big
and that's-
China.
No, I gotta be relevant or stay relevant.
I
So
know.
apparently, it's in TikTok now.
I've had it before. Got rid of it. I don't even use my Snapchat. I mean, it's either Insta, Twitter,
Twitter.
Twitter.
So we don't.
That's
use
why
Twitter.
you don't have a TikTok.
Was that a niner in there?
Did I hear a niner?
What's his phone number? 3266-9er-3.
Oh,
Nice.
we need to watch. We need to have a movie night with that movie for sure.
Cody, were you able to find a preview, by the way, of the new Beavis and Butthead? I don't know.
No,
if they have,
it's like everything I'm able to find is from back in the
old
day.
shit?
Yeah, the
Oh,
old
the
stuff.
old stuff. Sorry.
Or some like mashups that people have done, or that they're talking about it. Like I saw a Family Guy one where apparently Peter Griffin joins Beavis and Butthead on the couch.
Oh,
Nice.
So I don't
sick.
know, but
I want that.
I would love to play it, but we'd probably get taken down off of YouTube for that one.
And I guess the last event or wow, I just broke that. The last information or events for July that I have, it's probably only relevant to me, is the NBA. It's supposed to start at the end of the month, but a lot of NBA
Supposed to.
players, have been testing positive for COVID. I don't know what they're doing or where they're at, but they're all catching it. So we might not have an NBA season.
Well,
after
they're
all.
having like big, parties.
Parties, yeah. They're having gatherings.
And one of the things that I heard too on a podcast I was listening to is they're saying that while they're in the NBA season, they have to be in their
the bubble.
their bubble for like 3 months without family and friends and stuff. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
But okay, now here's the crazy thing about this NBA bubble. Since they have to go there, they have to like pretty much be amongst themselves without friends or family. They are allowed to smoke weed.
they are allowed to.
Yeah, marijuana's legal for them while they're there, so
What?
they're not even gonna test for it. Like they're gonna test for like other drugs and stuff, but they will not test for marijuana. So
Everyone's applying for
like,
the
yeah,
NBA right
yeah,
now.
like we know you guys are gonna be here. You're gonna be without family. You're gonna be fucking.
The entire Los Angeles
get
Lakers
high.
team forgot to show up for practice today.
Dude, let's see how many of them show up red-eyed.
I know,
Like
right?
I couldn't believe when I
Hey,
read
do y'all
that,
have
though.
any like snacks?
Can we just have halftime right now,
This
bro?
Gatorade tastes amazing.
Yeah. Y'all like put something in this?
So yeah, that was kind of crazy, but yeah, I was interested to see the NBA just because of that. I want to see how much drama is going to happen with all these guys like confined to hotels and not
So
around their
basically,
family.
we're going to have another an NBA version of the real world.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
I mean, but you know what? Like,
to you,
if you think about it, like NBA
I just want to watch
stars-
basketball.
I do too. but
NBA stars are already, when they reach that level of success, they're a little bit narcissistic. So
Mhm.
they want to be the center of attention. They want a crowd around them. They want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every one of them is like
no,
that. I'm
I mean,
saying
you,
a lot
you
of them.
look how they dress.
Some of them are super humble and they just want to be around their
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
But then you have some that just are showboats and they want to.
prima
They're,
donnas.
yeah, they're like, oh, COVID sucks. I'm gonna do whatever I want,
Yeah.
and then you wonder why they're getting COVID. So.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I wonder
Because they're
why.
invincible.
Yeah.
So that was all my important July and I guess sports news. I rest my case for today.
Oh, really? That's it?
Well, no,
Podcast
that's not
over?
it. That's not
Oh.
it. That's not it. That's all.
But
I-
that's
I did
important.
want to talk about something
But-
kind of a not serious, but I mean not.
No, it is
well,
serious.
no, it is.
It's
it is.
very
It's
serious,
serious,
but
yeah.
I mean not to like kill the vibe, but
Yeah,
Evo.
Yeah,
Evo was canceled. Evo was canceled because
Was it just Corona? Or?
no. It was because of the owner.
Oh, really? So, this is new to me. I'm sorry.
So yeah, so apparently there's some pedophilic, sexual harassment kind of things revolving around the owner right now.
Wow.
Joey
And so-
Cuellar.
There's
yeah.
so much of that going
So
on right now. though.
Capcom,
Yeah, there is.
Capcom pulled out.
Netherlands.
NetherRealm Studios pulled Mortal Kombat 11 from Evo. I mean, it's like just big names are like, nope.
So then, like, is Evo just done now, and it's going to be a whole new?
I'm gonna say yes.
From what I read, the big thing was that
Sexual allegations.
all the allegations came up,
Yeah.
and
Thank you,
then
Jamal.
and
Oh,
then the I guess the Evo. So
Some of the
what
top
def-
players
well,
started.
Yeah, but at first they wanted him out, and they were like, "No, we're going to wait a minute. We're going to do our own investigation." They're like, "We're gone."
Well, like that, and then you got to remember, like, and what ended up happening is something happened with him, and then some of the top players in the nation started talking about some situations with him and some other stuff, and then people just started like getting
Snowball.
brave, and it started snowballing, and people were like, "Oh, this happens and that happens," and all this kind of like pedophilic, sexual stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just like wow. So, anyways, I know that there were like I think
Wow.
2 or 3 players that were let go from their sponsorships. Like
Wow, that's
this-
major.
The
So-
last
okay, so I mean,
2 days or whatever,
And
like
he
energy and
he even tweeted it out, and you could read between the lines. He admitted to it.
yeah.
wow.
So,
I've tried for the last 20 years to be a better person and blah 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 or
Yeah.
something like that. It's like yeah, bro. Cause
but you know what? A dude like him, how can I put it? Dude like him proves it's the classic like I've got all this money, power, authority, blah blah blah, and they abuse it because they think they're invincible.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, nowadays you can just
Well, I was talking to Jenny about it, and I was telling her kind of what was going on, and she said that her grandma would always say like, "What you do in the shadows comes out in the light at some point."
Ooh.
yeah.
And that's super true. Like,
Yep.
you can't hide that stuff forever. I mean, that's
That's just crazy, and it's just crazy how much of that is coming to light now. I mean, like you see that, and like what's his name? Epstein's girlfriend was recently arrested too, Maxwell. So there's just a lot of that going on. But okay, so
Yeah.
but Evo, is it
Evo.
completely? I guess I'm assuming it's just
That-
done.
look.
Like,
I'm
we
gonna
will
tell
never
you
have
what
another
I'm gonna tell you
Evo,
what
they're
I
gonna
think. I think
rename it.
I think Evo's dead.
So it's just.
I
gonna
think
be
Evo's
another-
dead, and I
Sure.
think it's gonna leave a huge vacuum for someone else to come in with something else.
X get on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
because-
so like, do we host
Because
our own tournament
Evo is the Super Bowl of video games.
now? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's the show, right?
yeah, people do viewing
There's like
parties
Evo
for this.
here,
like, I
Evo
mean, like-
Japan. There's like it's
Well,
it's
a lot of the people now are having their own tournaments.
yeah.
So it's like I mean I know like Fortnite had their World Cup where they did just a big Fortnite thing and that was very successful, but they haven't really gone back to it. And I know Call of Duty has their Call of Duty World Series, I think it is, and Rocket League has the RLCS. So it's like they're now it seems to be more going on to like their own individual major events instead of having. So maybe that's what they should do. Maybe Smash Community and FGC and stuff should have a just their own majors, a Smash major and stuff like that.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
sad thing. Look
I'd
at the
say we do
comments
it.
on there.
Yeah, I agree.
It
Yeah, peop-
snowballs. It affects everybody.
Yeah. So
every-
like
Yeah,
every
we're
community.
aware of the
when
Smash
people feel
community,
safe to
yeah.
start talking about it,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden all this stuff comes to light, which this should have already been a safe.
Yeah,
Like, this should have
yeah.
already been addressed a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the fact that it takes one brave person to say something, and then everyone else,
Yeah.
jumps in and whatever they got to say. But unfortunately for Evo, I to me that's the nail in the coffin. Like I wouldn't send my kids there. I wouldn't feel comfortable going there. I mean That's Ham. We're live. So I mean, I just see it Evo as to me. I think Evo's dead. And then there's like CEO. I don't know if it's the same owners. CEO is in Florida. I think I heard something about that one too.
CEOs?
Yeah, CEO is another big gaming convention, and that one's in Florida.
Yeah, Jamal, we heard about the Smash community, and again, that's just another incident. That's what I'm talking about. There's just so much of this happening right now. It's insane.
It's an absolutely terrible thing. Like, and for me, like, it's one of the few things I'm very passionate about. I'm super passionate about that. Don't hurt kids, man. Like, they're kids.
Yeah,
100%.
that's yeah.
Being a kid is already hard, and then you dump a bunch of predators in there, and it just makes being a kid even harder. You're trying to figure out who you are and all this other kind of stuff, and then here comes someone and preys on you. I cannot stand that shit. Like, sorry, I don't mean to cut.
No, that's fine.
But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I mean, I would hope here someone would say something right away, and I would address it immediately.
Yeah, if that ever happens here, man.
You're in a
Yeah.
safe place here, like Mark
Yeah,
had said earlier.
absolutely. Yeah, this is 1,000%.
You're in a safe place unless Mark finds out
Yeah, I was gonna
something
say it's
bad.
probably
then
more,
Yeah,
it's
wow.
probably
safe
more
for you.
dangerous to let us find out that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're here,
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole nother
Yeah.
story.
We're not gonna call the cops. We're just gonna be
No,
like, hey,
yeah,
can you bring a body back?
Yeah,
It's
there'd be a
about-
missing body.
Yeah.
But yeah. When nobody knew what happened, nobody saw.
Yeah.
That's too
With
funny.
Oh,
a
Ham
tank full
said
of gas
different
and a can
owners.
full of matches. Still won't
So
found
CEO
out.
is different owner. I didn't know that. Okay, so
Okay.
Yeah, he says,
But-
I don't think Evo is dead. They just cut ties with that dude. We'll see what happens next year.
Well, I hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be sad to have that power base.
But
that
you, look,
community
if
just
if you've
died.
got NetherRealm Studios and Capcom and some other big players, and I don't know all of them that are backing out. What makes you think that in 1 year they're gonna come and be like, oh yeah, I'm confident with this. This is all good. I think they're dead. I don't think they'll come back the way they were before.
So let's.
Now, did they pull out because that CEO didn't step down or got let go? Or
No,
did they pull out before?
they put him on administrative leave.
Right. No, but did Netherlands and Capcom, did they pull out before he
No,
got
he was
sacked?
he was already on administrative leave, and then they pulled out because it was coming to light like what was actually being accused and being said.
So Jesus says he doesn't think that Evo's dead. They just
I think
got
it's
ties. Well, if it is dead, I don't know. Why don't we just become the next Evo then? Let's just
You know what?
host-
I'll be honest. Like, I'm sure people that watch this are
Capcom.
they may like if you go back to the first podcast
Yeah.
to now, I mean we've obviously
Our production,
upped
like,
our
yeah.
production level. But what I've learned, I was actually reaching out to the guys that did the stream and did the video and all that stuff for Evo in 2018.
I'll run it.
I was messaging that guy back and forth on YouTube, and what he basically said was like, all of that was just people's gear, and they kind of like, it was just a hodgepodge. When they got there, they hired a company to bring the trussing and the stage and the lights and stuff, but the video production was actually local tourneys, local tournament people bringing their gear, bringing
Their
their
own equipment,
stage
yeah.
snakes and their mixers and their cameras and their own equipment, and then they plugged it all in and they actually got it going. They said it was like 12 and 15-hour days every day streaming. You're streaming for 16 hours. I mean, it's a long day.
Pixel Portal Studios.
I know.
I like
Pixel
it,
Portal
yeah.
In
Studios.
business.
I know.
Yeah,
Like
Lu-
so, we've
Ham says, yeah, new name, new brand.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
That's basically what we've been doing, like piecing things together. And here you go. That's what you got.
I agree with Ham. I think the probably the board of directors or whoever's running Evo, that's too much money. That's too. They'll
Yeah.
probably change the name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
switch it up, and still
Just do the corporate thing, rebrand.
do the corporate thing,
yeah, new logo,
rebrand, and
yeah.
yeah.
Time Warner did that. Now they're Spectrum.
Yeah.
Same company, different
Same
name,
guy,
different
same band.
Yeah. Same thing, same shitty services.
Yeah, right. So I think that's coming. I think a
Yeah.
rebranding is probably
Yeah.
coming. I hope
Could be
that
the best
it
thing
gets
for 'em.
better. And
Yeah, thanks for all the comments,
hope it's
guys. By the way,
better.
I like
Yeah.
that everybody's actually chiming
Yeah,
in on this
chiming
one
in.
because it is a lot happening, and there's a lot of situations and incidents that happened over like in the last 48 hours. So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's crazy.
A lot.
Jamal said that NetherRealm Studios was already talking about rehosting their own,
Yeah.
hosting their own tournament, which
Like I was saying,
I'm on
a
board with
lot of
that.
them are doing that now.
Well, you know what though, and a lot of like we used to
Same
have like
service.
E4 and all those other things. Now people are just studios and companies are just doing their own
You
little
mean E3?
Yeah.
E3. Sorry.
Yeah, we can
No,
do
it's
it.
okay. I was just like E4.
well,
Why
but
would
you got to think so. Since COVID, like you cannot find a GoPro 7. You cannot find, like
Cameras, yeah.
everyone has jumped online. So
Oh.
like any
that's all
type
you
of
can really
equipment.
do
Yeah,
now.
any type of
Yeah.
equipment to like actually.
There are a lot of sports stars now that are becoming huge streamers. Ezekiel Elliott is becoming a big streamer.
A bigger one now because of
Yeah.
what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
And
you hear about that?
I'm wearing his jersey.
Did you hear about that, Mark?
No.
So Ezekiel Elliott was streaming the other day with another streamer that I actually watched named Tim the Tap Man. He's a popular streamer, and they were playing Call of Duty. When he got off, he was like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna take off." Forgets to hit stop streaming and is just chilling on his phone and like starts talking to someone. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm lit as right now." He's like, "I'm faded," and so like, and then I'm like watching the other guy stream, and he's like looking at it, he's like, "Wait, he said what? Okay, hold on one second." You see him get on his phone. He's like, and then I pen over to Zeke's stream, and he's sitting there on his phone. He just goes like this. He's looking at his phone, and goes. And then like, like stops it, just like, oh man,
Yeah, he admits
We're
to being like
live.
super high.
we're live. But it was one of those. But yeah, there's a lot of sports stars. Several basketball players, several football players, a couple baseball players are all getting on these streamings. And the thing is, they take their paycheck that they have all the money, and they go and buy like the most ridiculous setup, 7 monitors, every single little bit and piece,
Yeah.
and then they come out of the gate with the best streaming setup as possible, and then they'll just reach out to a couple big streamers and be like, "Hey, I'm Gordon Hayward from the Utah Jazz. Do you want to play with me?" And then they're gonna go, "Yes." And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden now they have 15,000 viewers
Yeah.
from this person that go, "Gordon Hayward plays Fortnite. Whoa!" And then all of a sudden now they're,
Yeah.
it's like, I wish I was famous so I could get famous on here because.
So
of
Rigo,
Yeah, there you go. So go in the
Rigo chimed
comments.
in. Combo breaker, just go there, and I agree. I mean, I
that
think
currency?
the regional tourneys and the local tourneys are going to become a lot bigger.
Right.
And because
When they
until this
happen.
point, Evo dominated everybody. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the one to go to, and more of like there were other ones that were like Frostbite and these other ones that were more game driven. So this game, everyone goes for this tournament for this game, and then they go to that tournament for that game, and so they have their own like regionals. But I think the regionals will get bigger until something else, or until Evo rebrands or something else fills that vacuum, that void.
Hey, read this. Speaking of crazy things on Twitch, do y'all have a take on the Dr. Disrespect banning?
Oh, Cody.
I do, because I was going to bring it up, but the only reason I didn't really want to talk about it that much right now is just because I still haven't heard of what he got banned for. With everything that's come out
anybody
the
know?
last like 48 hours with all of like, I
It's
mean, not
so
even 48,
much.
like
It's
Anybody out
so
there know?
much.
it's like everybody's coming out that saying this stuff is I have a feeling that Dr. Disrespect may have done something like this, but like so there's a streamer named Dr. Disrespect. He's a character.
Jesus didn't know. He's like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
But he's just a character. He's not like the Dr. Disrespect is literally just a character of himself that he plays. That it's this guy with a mustache, like a handlebar mustache, a fake mullet wig, these like dark glasses, and he's just always a weird hype dude. But he's where I get a lot of my streaming setup stuff from because he does a lot of cool stuff on OBS and stream. When it was like last week,
that gonna say,
randomly Twitch banned him and then deleted his channel, deleted all of his followers. He's one of the most followed people on Twitch, but then there hasn't been anything. Twitch hasn't come out and said why
Because
they
of
banned
this,
him.
we did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
just like
because
hush,
usually, because he's been banned before because in one of the last, I think it was E3, they had paid him to go to E3 to do his character and walk around and stream it.
Right.
Well,
Oh, that's cool.
he wasn't thinking, and he decided to walk into the men's restroom while still streaming. And so there were little kids in there, and he got banned off of Twitch for like a month or so because he was filming kids in bathrooms.
Wow.
And so a bunch of people made fun of that, but then just the other day, literally just kaput, just gone, and I haven't heard anything. So unless somebody else has
He's
heard,
always been
I'm
a
not going to
handful,
wear
right?
that, Jesus.
but yeah, I mean, I could try to find a picture of him, and so you guys can see who he is. So it's like putting a face to the name. But he's an interesting guy.
It's a conspiracy, though, right?
But see, that's the thing is like once you hit any kind of notoriety, any kind of fame, any level of success, not just with gaming, with anything,
Yeah.
you're under
Yeah.
the microscope.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta remember that everything. Yeah,
Like, literally,
So
this
you're
is-
like, okay, I will wear that. Hell yeah, I
This
can
is
wear
him.
that is hilarious.
Dude.
Hold on, let me.
So this is just his persona, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a silly dude, and like his name says, Dr. Disrespect is
His final moments
he's
on Twitch.
he's a little like disrespectful of stuff, but this is
So he's kind of like an ass. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
basically.
he's kind of an ass.
purposefully, okay.
But like this is his character. He wears them all.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with the 80s.
That's me.
He calls himself the back-to-back champ because he was the 1996, 1997 blockbuster, video champion or something.
Okay,
I don't know if
arrogant,
it's really
okay.
real, but he's a weird dude. But his streams are very entertaining. If there's anything that he is, he's ridiculously entertaining.
Now, if I dress up as this guy and it came out that they banned him for some dumb shit, I don't know. I don't want that to come back on me.
Right.
That's
dressed
What
up
you
as, like,
what you
right?
do in the shadows.
You follow
comes-
that guy. Like, no, man, I don't want to get implicated in anything.
But see, that's the thing is people got to remember like how you act all the way up until you actually hit success. Everything you've done
Yeah.
before that is fair game because people just
Yes.
it's cancel culture right now and
But
You know what?
yeah,
There was
I could totally be this guy though. Okay, Jesus, that was a good idea.
there was an actor that I like watching on a TV show that I like, and he got fired because of some racial comments that he made like 10 years ago. You know,
it's cancel
They-
culture.
you
right
know, yeah, you're just gonna what you did.
now. I mean, I completely agree with it. Like some of this stuff is horrific.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Do not considering his history. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you for that
Good looking out,
Good
Jamal.
looking out, bro. Good looking out. The costume was a good idea.
But yeah, nobody knows. So,
So
I
he
mean,
just got banned. Like one day he's streaming, and then the next minute, okay,
Next-
you're no longer
Yeah,
ever.
gone.
it was literally like one of these article, trusted video game, article websites came out and was like, I have it on good, authority that, or I have some information saying that, Dr. Disrespect has been banned on Twitch permanently. And then people were going to check in, and if you go to twitch.tv/Dr. Disrespect, which is his channel, it says, sorry, something is wrong. This page does not exist.
Ooh, you've been blocked.
And
But see,
so-
that's the thing. So if I'm gonna tell everyone, if you actually want to become a professional gamer or do something like that,
or just a social
Don't-
media
Like,
person.
yeah,
Don't be-
deactivate your Twitter.
don't be a douchebag. You know, like
Like, yeah.
grow up and fly the straight and narrow. Don't be a
You know what?
D-bag because
Huh.
Be like Keanu.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu. You see him when he takes picture. He does the,
Mhm.
Yeah. hand
don't
wave.
touch me.
Yeah, we're
Don't
not
touch me.
Yeah.
You're in my bubble.
But even though every morning when I wake up, I check Twitter and you'll see a name like Keanu Reeves, and you're sitting there going, "Uh-oh," and then you go to check the thread, and it'll usually just be like, "Okay, 1 second." It'll usually just be Keanu Reeves helped an old lady cross the street today, and you're like, "Oh, thank you." But any other time you're on Twitter and it's just like you see someone's name pop up, you're just like, "Uh-oh, who did they touch inappropriately? What did they say wrong?" It's unfortunate, but
Jamal said it was so serious they refunded his subscribers.
oh yeah, I heard that too. People were
Dang.
people
Damn.
were getting notifications saying like
Wow.
because when you subscribe to someone on Twitch, if you do it through your credit card, it automatically renews every month. So yeah, they'll give you your your money back. So yeah, it had to have been serious. Or it could have what some people believe is that he had a contract with Twitch, but since Mixer just went down, he's really good friends with Ninja and Shroud, two of the guys that are on Mixer. And so some people think that he may have created his own streaming service or had been talking to someone, and it may have breached his contract with Twitch.
Oh, they found
So
out.
that could be a possibility.
Nah, homie.
I'm hoping that's the case, because if that's the case, he's already ridiculous when it comes to streaming, like all the special graphics and stuff. So if
Yeah.
he came up with his own streaming platform, or like streamers in general, like Shroud, Ninja, and Dr. Disrespect came together and came up with their own platform, I honestly think it'll be really good. Because as people who have been in the business and streamed on multiple platforms, I think they'll have the best insight, the best ideas of what to do. So I'm hoping that's the case, and that he didn't do something really stupid.
Yeah.
That's my whole point on it. But
It's a good take on the conspiracy, Cody. I like
Okay,
it.
hey,
I like it.
hey,
Hey,
Good
I'd rather
insight.
I'd rather believe a conspiracy that has a happy ending than
Yeah.
to hear that he touched some kids. Okay.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Street justice, like Jenny said earlier.
Yeah.
Street justice.
Hi, Jenny.
What up, Jen?
We'll go total street justice.
Oh, I'm down.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
down.
I'm
When it
down.
comes to kids, I'm down.
I'll help you.
I'm down.
I'll
Turn
help
the
you
Because there's
out.
not a judge in Texas that's gonna throw you in jail
No.
because you beat the shit out of a
Yeah.
pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
exactly,
promise. He's
exactly.
to be like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, I need you to pay this $25 court cost right
Especially,
here, and then you can go.
Dude, especially like mid-tournament.
Here,
or
I'll spot you
whatever, like-
25.
yeah, right.
What's
Hey, you know what? Since it's July, are there any new games coming out?
I mean, the new Star Wars
Yeah, we talked
Squadrons.
about that one. The Squadrons is awesome.
that we have to get on.
I cannot
yeah,
wait.
So we're gonna get
Okay.
on
Let's settle this right now. What system are we going to play Squadron on? PS4, right? Or 5?
Probably PS5. Me personally. Like, if you're talking to individuals, I mean, if you're talking about the store, I think we'll have it probably for
PS5.
whatever systems that we can get it for. But Jenny. But I mean, for me personally, I think I'm gonna get the PlayStation just because. I don't know. I've been more PlayStation than Xbox since the PS.
Hey, is Rocket League played on a controller?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there are people that play it on mouse and keyboard that are actually pros, but it's really weird. I mean, you can switch up the controls, but like
Yeah.
the default controls, I'm not even kidding you. The default
PC.
controls on a mouse and keyboard to move your car forward is pushing the mouse backwards.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. So
So
yeah,
most
I
people
always-
play. Most people play controller.
Most
though, right?
people, yeah, will just plug in a Microsoft controller. Or a
I mean,
PS4
we could
controller.
try to get it on all the on the PS4.
I'm
and run a
thinking I
tournament.
would like to
The
play
only
it on
problem
an
is
Xbox though.
If we do get
Nope.
Rocket League on the PS4s,
I can do,
we
I
actually
can I
have
can
to have
explain why.
we have to have the PS4s linked with PlayStation Plus for them to play online.
Oh, okay.
So if we're just doing it as tournaments, yeah, we can put it all on there. But
Is
for
that
people to
Gabba?
play,
That is Gabba.
Oh, because
Yeah.
he's a fucking who's this? The shitty. His team's a shitty team that lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They had a 28-3 lead, and then they lost, and they're so shitty. I already forgot who they were.
I know. I agree with you, Rigo.
Anyway,
1000%.
so-
Rigo says, "I just miss traveling and hanging with my FGC bros."
True.
And
We
I'll
missed-
see
we
you
missed
guys
them here,
sometime
man.
soon."
Trust me, we missed y'all.
Especially the FGC. Not that I don't, dislike Smash because I love Smash too, but Gabba's talking trash, so I'm talking about FGC.
so down with all
But
of
dude,
the
no,
Smash
Down with
I
Gabba.
missed,
because of
dude, I
Gabba.
missed the Tekken
Like what? Because
tournaments.
Andrew
man.
Rincon called Gabba and says, "You are kind of toxic, though, dude."
But no, going back to I guess Star Wars. Okay, so I'm not like just an Xbox guy or PlayStation guy, but I will admit when it comes to shooters, Xbox I think is better, especially because the way the controller is, the way it handles.
I've heard that. I've heard that
I prefer shooters.
people
than Xbox.
prefer
So,
the first person on
yeah,
on
so
Xbox.
if Star Wars is going to be more of a shooter or like I don't know, like an arrow type shooter, I still think the controls would be better on the Xbox. So
And that's why
And- and-
PC is the best because you can plug in either a PS4 or Xbox controller and play that game
Yeah.
with
I don't
either
have a
controller.
gaming PC. I'm
I
an
know, I'm just saying in general. It's
No.
like, that's what I do. Is
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just plug in my PS4
I
controller.
actually really want to see like how with the new Xbox, how like let's say a game like Rogue Squadrons would take advantage
So I'm
of
reading
it.
the comments. I'm sorry.
So because if it's like really good, I wouldn't mind getting like some ultra wides in here,
That'd
like
be
2
sick.
ultra wides or something, like 2 or 3. And
Hey,
then,
have they even come out with the cost of the systems, that next gen
No,
systems?
not yet.
500, I think is the
yeah, I
estimated,
think it's gonna be like because at that after 500, you're talking about a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be around 5.
By the way, I think it's funny
Xbox
that
shooters hands down. Hell yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny that Gabba is saying that Dallas hasn't won anything in 30 years,
That's
but
what I
does
was
he
laughing
realize that Atlanta has never won a Super Bowl?
Who said that?
And that's coming
Gabba.
from someone from a team that has never won a Super Bowl. So.
Is Atlanta Gabba's team?
Yeah, Atlanta's just. Are you even from Atlanta? Have you
For
ever
real, do you
been
know?
to
Do you
Atlanta?
even know anybody in
Like,
Atlanta?
who's
He's like,
Atlanta's
I like
coach?
Michael Vick.
Or are you just like a Hawk fan? I just like Hawk.
I
Yeah,
just
right.
like Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. I'm a Birds of Prey fan.
Me
so-
too. I prefer Hawk. It's
I
like an
can't-
eagle with big talons.
Going back
I
to
know.
Rigo though,
I have a leather glove.
going back to Rigo saying that he misses the turtle.
He goes to sleep with like a leather glove. A hawk will magically appear when I wake up.
Summon your eagle powers.
They give me no nutrients.
I should just record all this for our sound effects. I mean,
Oh
what-
my god. I'm sorry. All right.
Dumb man.
Our
Anyway,
our
Rigo?
next governor.
My Bucks have won more than Atlanta. Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
there we
true
go.
too. Yeah,
Trash
that's
talking.
right. Another team that does more than Atlanta.
Here you go. This one will work perfect.
1 eternity later.
Rigo says, "Man, remember when the '90s Cowboys were good?" Yes, I do.
Yeah, I
God
do.
damn.
I watched
do.
it.
Thank you.
I was
Rigo.
there. I watched it.
Emmett Smith? You guys remember Michael Irvin?
I remember.
I'm gonna go cry now.
I remember.
guys remember
Prime time. Prime time. That was a long time ago, but it was still good.
It was still good.
I,
yeah.
I wish I could remember the Chargers ever winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. You can.
No,
It has to happen.
yeah, it has to happen first. The only Super Bowl
One
we were ever
time in
in,
this
we got beat
dream.
by a team by the amount of like the 49-26 was the score, and 49, the team that won was the 49ers. So it's like they scored the same amount of points as their stinking name.
Nice. Sorry, Cody. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, boys. Your Chargers suck, but we
They
feel
do.
for you. We
You
feel
don't
for
have
you.
to. It's okay.
That's-
Nobody else does.
this tattoo on my arm
Right.
says I'm a lifelong fan.
And I even got this when they had a losing season. This wasn't even like one of those, hey, they had a really good season, I'm going to go get tattooed.
Yeah, it's
No,
like-
it was like, they suck, I'm just going to get it inbrained.
We're in last place. Let's do it.
This is for next year, everybody.
Oh man.
Are we
That's
doing
awesome.
fantasy football this year? We're going way off,
100%. We
but-
should do a Pixel
we
Portal
should.
fantasy.
Yeah,
We should.
anybody
There's-
interested
there's
in doing
some- there's some
Pixel Portal
stuff, yeah.
fantasy football?
Yeah, we talk.
Dude, we
there's
could
a lot
have the
of stuff.
draft here.
We could have the draft,
Oh.
and I also want to do. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, but yeah, I want to do. I want to do.
Yes,
fantasy
there
football.
is, Mark.
I want to do like for real. Like at Thanksgiving, I want to do the feed the troop.
Yes. Okay.
I do want to do that here. I want to have 20 or 30.
Oh, that'd be cool.
like
So just
airmen
like
from the
put it, like
whatever.
some tables and everything
Yeah,
down
yeah.
here.
and
just
I'll
in the
just like
kitchen.
I'll
No
do, like
regrets.
Rudy's barbecue or whatever. And regrets. Oh my God, who said that?
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13, no regrets. Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's SA Rob, right? Just so I'm not like mistaken.
I don't
Jones,
know.
okay.
Lucky 13 or Robert Jones?
Robert Jones.
I think so.
Robert Jones, what's your
Hey,
gamer
that's the
tag?
thing about Facebook that I never know is because Facebook it says their full name instead
Yeah,
of like
I
their
don't
gamer
know. I
tag.
don't know people by
You're
their real
like-
names. I
You're
know
like,
by their
don't you
gamer
know who I
tags."
am? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I know your gamer tag.
You're Robert Jones. I know you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Aren't you G Erection? What is it?
Q
Q
G
Erection.
erection. By the way, I've been compiling people's gamer tags that I
Yeah, that's
found,
right.
and
Okay.
so when
Say,
one of these
Rob.
days
Say,
I'm gonna
Rob, what's up?
I'm gonna start the best gamer tags that I've seen because there are some good
Oh,
ones out
Lucky
there.
13 is Raul. Okay, that's my friend
Okay,
Raul, the one who gives
okay.
me all the Baby Yoda stuff.
Oh,
and
nice,
Yeah,
okay.
he had his son's birthday party here.
Ooh, okay.
But me and him just ended up talking. He's the one that built the Mandalorian.
Oh, the
helmet?
helmets.
The helmet.
Okay.
He sent me that
Nice.
file for the foam, and you cut it out, and you can make the.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
by the way,
Mandalorian helmet.
we had a private birthday party
Yeah, it was
last weekend, right?
yes.
Did we have one
Yeah.
today? No, I'm just kidding.
No, no.
So
Sunday.
it went well.
It went
Yeah, yeah,
awesome,
it was
man. That guy actually is a. He's
Deltron.
a Deltron. He's a streamer. He's a YouTuber, and
Yeah, if anybody wants to check him out, it's Deltron _
Z-
210 on
yeah,
Twitch.
that's right.
I've been watching his Twitch recently.
got
To
some
be
good
honest
stuff.
with you, yeah, he's been playing some fun games.
Yeah.
So everybody had fun at the party,
Apex
though,
and-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that was a good time. Good time.
Good.
Wait
So
a second,
we
is that
still
a
have
Rick
private
and
events,
Morty
people.
emote
Come bring them.
on Facebook?
I can't tell.
It's hard to tell because it's the white
white
background.
background.
It's a
From
little
where
it's
I'm
a little
sitting, it
Rick.
looked like a glass of wine. That's how bad my eyesight is.
Jeez.
And you have your
This guy gets-
glasses on.
This guy gets
Dude,
a new
it's
phone.
okay, people don't know. It's a tiny monitor that we're looking at here. So yeah, whatever.
The baby
It's
Yoda
24
Build-A-Bear.
inches. It's not tiny.
Well, we have the baby Yoda.
When you go to the driving DMV, do they have to bust out the 65-inch TV for you to take your eye test?
Yes,
Good
absolutely.
Lord.
Really?
Baby Yoda, Build-A-Bear. Anyone get one?
Oh, I completely
already
forgot
out?
about that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I heard.
Yeah, I heard it's out. I know my daughter went on, but I haven't taken
How
her.
much is it? I
It's
want
probably
one.
30 or
I'm
40
probably
bucks.
gonna
Yeah.
get like 4 of
Your
them.
average.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to buy a stuffed animal, Build-A-Bear is like the Mercedes-Benz of stuffed animals.
Yeah.
And they cost like the Mercedes-Benz of stuffed
Yeah, no, I
animals.
bought in Raven and my daughter a few. And I think
Okay, I have about 300 of them.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, because that's all Mariah did when we were little.
Is Build-A-Bears?
Yeah, Build-A-Bears.
Build-A-Bears.
Yeah.
Aw.
I got them for my kids,
Mariah's
my
still
grandkids.
little.
Yeah.
Isn't she here running around somewhere?
Yeah, she's playing Switch.
That's the Build-A-Bear one?
No. This is just our baby Yoda.
Oh, okay.
It's just
It's
ours.
sold out twice already.
Oh, is he too green screened?
He's too
Yeah,
green.
he's a little green screen. Yeah.
Let's see. Can I?
You little green bugger.
But look, he's still wearing his mask.
He's still wearing his mask. He's being safe.
Yeah. Oh, he hasn't taken the mask off since we put it on.
Look, he's playing with Cody's head
'cause
too.
Governor Abbott.
Rabbit head,
He's
rabbit ears, Yoda ears.
Wait,
There we go.
There we go.
With those new lights that Manny got.
I know, right?
Is that what-
The wrong way.
the wrong
Other
way.
way. Other way.
Oh my God, he just kissed him.
He's a little.
It's like
he's
40
a little.
bucks.
Okay, then
Alright.
here. Hold on.
Then
let
I'm
me-
gonna have to go get one, Rob. I have to. Yeah, Baby Yoda's a must.
okay, let me
Yeah,
go
I'm a
ahead.
Baby Yoda fan. I've been trying to find the massive Baby Yoda. I can't find him.
You know, I'm curious now since we have so many football fans that are chiming in. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Chargers.
Not wearing.
The LA
masks.
Clippers?
God damn it, Mark.
Just kidding.
The LA Clippers.
I mean, other than the Cowboys, you know, who's a good team that's likely to go to the Super Bowl? Manny's
Dude,
like,
why are you looking at me? I don't watch sports.
Manny's all, does Star Trek have a team?
Tom Is it going to be Tom Brady and the Bucks?
It's Star Trek
It
and the
might
red
be.
shirts?
No, it's going to be the Chiefs again. To be honest with you, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's going to be little Patty Mahomes and his stupid Chiefs.
That's what they should do. They because I know we talked about this. The Redskins are losing their name.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Red.
So
The
they should
Redskins
just call them the
announced-
red shirts and
Oh,
just
and
have
the
a Star
Chiefs-
Trek theme.
Are the Chiefs going to have to change their name too? I mean, the Chiefs,
Um,
Redskins. Who else would
Well,
have
I
to change
mean,
their name possibly?
The Redskins. I guess the thing with the Redskins, I don't know.
It's
It's
cancel
an
culture.
actual picture of a Native
Of Native
American
American.
man, you know, and I guess
Well, the Chiefs, whenever anything happens, they're all oh.
Oh wait, Tom Brady.
So they're gonna have to change that too, or what?
yeah,
They're gonna have
yeah.
to.
You can't do that. I don't know, but yeah.
So who was
it'd be
offended?
funny if the Pats did win though with Cam Newton.
They.
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 What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talking
who was
about the
offended?
Redskins. Who
Oh,
was
the
offended?
Everybody. I mean, it's just this. If I wanted to, I could go on Twitter, and if I had a big enough following, I could just be like, blah 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 is a racist name, and it'll get enough people to be like, oh, maybe he's right.
Let's change.
That's
it.
what's so crazy is like it's you get conflicted because okay, the Redskins have been around my entire life,
Yeah.
Right.
pretty much,
Same.
Yeah,
and that's been the
and they've
name.
sucked that long too. Sorry.
Yeah, and they've been really terrible. And then here it is, 40, 50 years later, and they're like, oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Let's
So
change.
it wasn't
Everybody's
bad
mad
for
right
50
now.
years.
Let's-
Just everyone's just mad about everything, and it's like, where do you draw the line? What's enough? When will you be appeased? When are you satisfied? At what point?
You're never going to satisfy
You're
everybody.
never gonna make
And-
everybody happy, and I've learned that a long time ago. Is you will never make everyone happy. Now I'm not saying like, oh, that's appropriate or this is appropriate or
appropriate or offensive, and
or offensive, but I'm just saying like, at what point do you draw the line? Because and that's the case. We're just gonna be super vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this place will just be.
Well, they're talking
plain
about
and
wanting to get rid of Mount Rushmore because, like,
Oh
some of
my
those
God.
presidents had owned slaves.
There'll be no artwork.
Well,
There'll
honestly,
be no.
I think every president on Mount Rushmore owned slaves, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
Is Lincoln part of the Mount Rushmore? Because I don't think he owned slaves, did he?
No, he
No.
freed him.
Yeah, I know he freed them. I don't know if at
I
any
wasn't
point
sure
in his life
if
he
he knew.
ever owned them,
Yeah,
but
people are never.
I don't know
satisfied.
too much about.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
American history
everybody's
as I
mad
could.
right now.
Yeah,
and
everybody's mad. We're
I-
the mad year.
I remember
the truth of
they
it-
asked, they did a poll against some Native American people about like Chiefs and Redskins, and
Yeah.
a lot of them were like, it doesn't offend us. If anything, it gives us pride because
We're
we're
represented.
somewhat being represented. Yeah.
The name may be
Yeah,
screwed.
yeah.
but-
The name may be a little jacked,
Um,
but I mean, yeah.
But I feel like our entire way of life, obviously, was built by many, many cultures.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chinese built the railroad.
Oh, that's what that was. Sorry.
Black labor basically built America, if you think about it. You
And
know
so
what I'm
did
saying?
so did Chinese labor.
Chinese
too,
and
built
Chinese
the,
and Black America
built the
America.
railroads.
Mhm.
They built America, but it's like what they really need to do is honor that,
Yeah.
but not tear everything down. You know what I mean? Like honor that stuff, but I don't agree with tearing everything down. I think you're kind of like erasing,
History?
you're rewriting history is what
Yeah.
you're trying to do instead of just honoring history. Okay, no one said it was perfect because it was terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
Agreed.
stupid.
But we can't change the past.
Yeah,
that's
like-
the thing
Yeah.
with me is I want just people to learn from it.
Yeah.
It's like I understand certain statues and
repeat it.
stuff
Yeah.
probably coming down because I watched a video the other day about a lot of these statues that are being pulled down were being put up at a time when segregation was still at a high
Yeah.
level, and so
And I
they were
agree with
putting it
that.
up there kind of as like a, hey, look, you're still below us kind of thing by the wrong people. And so some of those things I completely understand, and then they probably should be taken down. I'm just not a big fan of destroying history in general. Like, I don't think we should destroy Nazi paraphernalia and stuff like that from World War II, even though they were some of the worst human beings of all time, because it's history that I think everybody should learn so we don't repeat,
Right.
said process.
Jamal had a great point. He said he didn't own any. He was talking about Lincoln. Didn't own them, but he was not fond of them. Blah blah blah. Okay, but that being said, Redskins people used as a slur. So I guess
Yeah.
the term Redskins
Is
is a slur,
yeah.
whereas Chiefs are more of like a certain type of Indian. So like,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing with like what Atlanta Braves because it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's a status of a of an
True,
Indian,
true.
not so much of a slur. So
Okay.
and I get it. Like I said, that's
Thank
a
you,
very
Jamal.
good. Thank you, Jamal. That's a very good point. But
Yeah, 100%. I agree with Jamal. all that stuff should be belong in museums.
Yeah.
Just throw all that stuff that people think is racist and horrible into a museum,
Right.
and then the only
There's
way
a
you'll ever
Nazi
see it.
museum. There's like all this.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
there's
I'm sure there is.
several
Which is
Nazi museums.
like one of the worst things that ever happened on the planet.
Yeah.
Nazi or Holocaust?
The Holocaust.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
there is a
several.
Nazi
There's
museum.
a Holocaust museum in New York City. There's, I think, the World History Museum has a whole section dedicated to World War II and the Nazi regime.
The Third Reich and all, yeah. So I mean, I agree. Like I feel like a lot of that stuff you can take it down in a public place, or you shouldn't be honoring people who did terrible things, but you also don't
Agreed.
want to erase them. You need to remember that stuff
Yeah.
so it doesn't happen again. That's how I
Yeah,
feel about
there
it.
you go.
That's
Agreed.
how I feel.
Those who
about
don't learn from the past
it are doomed to do it again.
They're
To
gonna
repeat it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
This is gonna be really off topic here, but I just really like my new phone, bro.
This
I didn't
guy,
charge it at all
dude.
like last night, and
Braggadocious.
it's still at 49%, dude.
So
The
Xavier got a new
A71.
phone.
Finally.
Xavier got a new phone. So this phone is capable of 4G. His
But
last phone was
5G.
still in 2G.
No, this is
No,
5G.
it
Oh, I'm
was
sorry.
4K.
His last phone was not even 1G.
We're-
Yeah.
We're not talking about my own
It was
phone.
like literally like he would get on the internet and you always hear
From the phone.
from the phone.
I wish I had that sound cue.
It was all cracked. And
Every time he turned it on, all you'd hear is.
Well, then with this
failed.
though, I
You
need to get it. I
failed.
need to get a new case though.
Yeah,
like,
that makes me nervous.
well,
so
I prefer
nervous.
wallet cases when I couldn't find one.
Man, he's one of those people that see someone without a case and they're just
This
like
screen is
anxiety
big.
ridden.
I know.
Look at that, yeah.
he's like, "Don't look at it, it's gonna crack."
Dude, it's got 5 cameras in the front, and they all do like different shit.
It's gonna break later tonight, and all
Shut the-
Xavier's gonna hear is.
So, so in other words, Xavier has this really nice fancy phone, so expect a lot of selfies.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I did on Snapchat. I was like, oh my god, this camera's so
Even
good.
more food pictures than before.
Yeah,
Oh
food
my
pics,
God.
selfies. I mean, I don't know.
Look at the details in this burrito.
So yeah,
Are you
new
s-
phone. I'm happy.
Are
But
you
dude,
sure you're not a
it's-
teenage girl? Because you do
it's-
take a lot of selfies.
Hold
Why are
on.
you watching me, Mark?
I'm just.
Wait. Jesus brings up a good point too. Says they have one of the extermination camps in Auschwitz still preserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
It's
I guess
history.
first history, yeah, historical purposes. Yeah, it's not necessarily that anybody's like, I guess.
I'm
To
just saying, there's a lot of
glorify it or
people
anything.
now that want to get like certain.
There's no
certain,
Auschwitz
like,
celebration.
like
You know
certain
what I mean?
military
Auschwitz Day.
bases and stuff. Like
Yeah.
What's that? What did Rigo put? It looks like a guy playing.
it
soccer.
says, oh, it's Mr. Poopy Butthole from, and it says, ooh wee.
Ooh, wee.
I like that one. All right.
I don't have that sound effect. I don't think.
Better
Rick and
quality
Morty.
food pics.
My man.
Yes,
My
better
man.
quality pizza picks.
In bird
And
culture,
nacho
this is
pics.
considered a dick move.
I've got random ones, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm looking at these. My favorite one is definitely this red and black one.
Hey,
man.
that's what I got. Hey, Xavier, this
That's-
one's for you, by the way.
I will not hear it.
we have the black and blue too. We already
Where's the
got it.
blue?
Where's
All right,
that?
it's in my car.
Oh, I want to check
Me
that
and
one.
Jenny took those. We only had 2. They were good.
There you go.
Oh,
Badass.
Let's see if you look right down here at this stupid face.
Now on Disney Plus. What's that?
Hamilton's on Disney Plus.
Hamilton.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You know
Hamilton.
what?
Yeah, I want to watch that.
You know what? I want to watch it because I know it's a stage play, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broadway.
And,
Broadway.
you know, Broadway. Okay, and I hear it's supposed to be fantastic. Now I can finally watch it.
You know what? I hope nobody pulls my man card, but man, I like show tunes.
Hey, well, do you guys want
No,
to?
there's
show
nothing wrong
tunes.
with it.
Do you guys want to know
What's
kind
show
of a?
tunes?
Like a musical.
Yeah, musicals are good.
Musicals are amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to know a small fun fact about me? So when I
You were
moved
banned from the podcast.
when I moved to New
fine.
York City,
Sleep in.
when I moved to New York City back in was it like 2005, I think it was. The very first job I got in New York City was I went and worked at a theater that was an off-Broadway theater that was doing a production of a show called In the Heights, which was the director of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's also the guy that wrote Moana. So, like,
Oh.
my very first job in New York City, I actually got to work for that director. I was one of the stage not stage manager, but like one of the stage people that would take tickets and, you know, the ushers, pretty much. But I worked for him, and that whole production, I still haven't seen Hamilton yet, just because when I was in I didn't think I was in New York when it came out, but from what I heard, the wait for it was like 6 months for a ticket or something like that. So.
Jesus says pulls man card. I'll tell you what, Jesus.
Pull your
You
man
go.
card. I
You
need
go
your
watch.
wallet.
You go watch Moulin Rouge and watch Ewan McGregor sing to Nicole Kidman and tell me that doesn't move you.
Well, not just Moulin Rouge. What was
Something's wrong
what was
with
the Beatles one that they did?
Across the universe?
Across the universe.
Oh, yeah.
But that's different. That's the Beatles, bro.
Or Bohemian Rhapsody. Come on, those are.
That's different too. It's Queen. Yeah, it's different. It's
Rent?
not Moulin Rouge. Or
Rent was amazing.
Have you seen Moulin Rouge?
I've seen the
Newsies.
preview.
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the picture.
You don't know nothing. You are uncultured swine. You know
That's
that?
fine, bro. I still need to
Hold
watch
on.
I'm just
Sweeney
saying.
Todd.
Just eat your
Sweeney
hot
Todd
dog.
was
Just
cool.
eat your hot dog and watch the Cowboys.
But
No
it was
worries.
a musical, right?
Yeah, it was a musical. Yeah.
Okay then.
But it was cool. I didn't say it was great. It was cool.
Have you seen Moulin Rouge?
And it's a
It's
musical
been a
about
long
a dude
time,
killing
but
people.
it was good.
It was good. See, thank
So-
you, Manny.
Sweeney
So-
Todd was savage. There's a difference.
Okay, so long as they have murder,
As long as
gore,
it's
and
blood
blood
and guts and gore,
you're gonna
yeah.
But
they
there's
can
some
sing all they
singing in
want.
between, yeah.
Yuri on Ice. Oh my God! Wait, isn't that the one where dudes have their shirts off?
Dude,
Jesus.
Yuri on
Which
Ice is
one?
an anime.
Yuri on Ice.
Dude, it's yeah. Let's not even go there.
Seriously, I've seen.
I've
Oh,
seen it,
okay.
bro.
Okay, all right, good job, man. I was like, serious. I'll have to pull that man card too. So.
Yeah.
Not if you know. I guess
But you know
you're-
what? I grew up in Houston, so sometimes our school district would take us to go see shows.
Mhm.
Musical Man. That was my first one. I think I was like in second grade, and it was great.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I would love to see Grease on stage.
Yeah,
Grease
they
is
do
good.
that.
Grease is cool.
There's-
Okay, Grease I don't consider a musical. It's just
It's
a
a
It
really
musical,
is a
bro.
musical.
It's a movie.
It's a
Damn it.
musical, bro. Let me see your wallet, because I'm going to pull your man card right now.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
I've seen
Dude,
more
I'm going to punch
musical
all the
theater
holes
than
on it,
all
and
of
I'm
y'all.
going to throw it.
Historic ice
Yeah.
skate.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Jamal.
It's not. Jamal, go home.
It's a historic ice skating.
Like Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
Dude, Blades of Glory.
movie night.
Movie
Yeah,
night.
shut up,
Blades
movie
of
night.
Glory.
I'm gonna start writing these down for
Oh,
movie
Okay,
night.
guys.
Oh, is it
uh,
really? It's really based on actual like figure skaters.
Oh, he's not joking
I,
around.
I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, the
I'll
next
make
stream
fun
you
of
see
it.
is of us watching movies and just critiquing it. Mystery
Mystery Science
Theater
Mystery Science Theater.
2020.
Reaction
Yeah.
videos. We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And green screen us and just put us on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Just put the. We'll put our
I'm wearing that
Little
weird hat.
It's everything I had, by the way.
the
Okay.
weird hat. Oh yeah, the weird hat.
Like the
Okay.
Mystery Science Theater guys.
Yes.
Yeah, could we do
So-
Pixel Portal Science Theater?
Yeah, we
Yes.
could.
Sweet.
We could do all that stuff.
Golden.
It's 1:17,
Rob.
gentlemen.
All right.
Do we
Oh,
have
okay.
anything else before we take everybody else's time?
Hey,
I don't know. I'm
4th of
looking
July
Oh,
tomorrow, 12 to 8. Come see us. Come hang out.
Yeah. Share it.
No fireworks.
No
No,
fireworks.
please, no fireworks.
No fireworks.
You can
inside.
make the pew, psh
Yeah.
sounds, but that's it.
Are there any games that we have?
Okay.
Do we have like a fireworks simulator that people can play?
Dude,
no.
shmups are
It's
about
on-
the
it's
closest
on
you're
your
going to get
phone.
to fireworks.
It's on your phone.
Okay, and real quick then, everybody, what's your favorite firework? Do you have a favorite firework? Manny?
Galaga 88. You ever played Galaga 88?
Changing the subject.
Hold on, let me see.
Mine,
I'm trying
what
to
is
think.
it?
pull up
What?
Galaga 88.
Galaga.
It's Galaga 88.
Greatest firework game you're ever gonna play.
Really? Okay.
Hold on.
My favorite firework, though, are the Saturn missiles. Like, the more the
Gameplay.
merrier. Those are the ones that, like, whistle at.
Mine are just basically those spinners you throw on the ground because they're
Okay. Those are
Just
cool.
do that.
or Roman candles when you shoot your cousins.
Harry Potter style. Dude, you ever had a Harry Potter battle with Roman candles?
No, because when
Where
I,
you shout out, like, Expelliarmus, poof, and then, like, the little ball.
no, dude, because by the time that those movies came out, I was already an adult.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You
So
can, you
Roman
can still
can-
do it as an adult.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have. Are
Joe,
you
there-
volunteering?
Roman
Sam?
candle battles.
That you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming mimes?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You don't got no lady fingers, buzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doo-dahs, or crap flappers?
No, I don't.
You're gonna stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, hoosker do's, hoosker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsidazers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
Whistling kitty chaser.
I'm buying all of those today.
I say Bunker Buster.
Dude, that's Galaga
I'm
88.
buying all
Hold
of
on,
those
let me
today.
get you.
Alright,
Let me
Galaga
get you
88.
Have you ever seen this game?
No.
This is an arcade.
I didn't even
Oh,
know
okay.
it was at 88.
Yeah, this is the greatest fireworks game I can think of. Like straight off the top of my head.
Fireworks game.
Yeah. You start with dual ships.
Oh, I want to play this already. This looks tight.
Okay, wait. Watch when you blow up the big ones. Boom! Firework, baby. Boom! Oh yeah. 4th of July in the arcade. Boop, boop, boop,
4th
boop,
of July.
boop.
Do we have this anywhere?
No. but no, but those fireworks are awesome.
So Mark basically pulled his greatest game, firework game ever, but we don't have it.
But we don't have it. Yeah. S.A. Rob is down for a Roman candle battle in the parking
Oh,
lot.
I'm totally down
I'm
for that.
so down, Rob.
But I'm using a shield. I'm just telling you right now.
Can we blast Mortal Kombat music over like a PA speaker while we're doing it?
You know what? Speaking of which, like I live in Live Oak, so fireworks are obviously banned. Is there any places? Do they?
Fireworks are banned everywhere in San Antonio.
Yeah, but there
I
seems to
mean,
be safe
people
spots
like
you could
those.
go to.
They're usually on the outskirts, like around 1604.
Right.
Like
My
in Bear
neighborhood's
County.
pretty safe.
I was saying it's been kind of
Yeah,
rainy,
my front yard
so
is pretty
My
safe.
front yard's pretty safe.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be anything.
Ain't no mountain lions in the front yard. Pretty
There you
safe.
go. Yeah, pop fireworks all night.
I mean, I lived in a small town for years and years, and if we want to shoot fireworks, somebody had a place. We can go shoot them in my backyard with 5 acres.
Yeah.
You know, except for that one year where we started a fire, but but my friends
The
are
one-
idiots.
Yeah, we can't do that around here.
The one up Namco has Galaga 88. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
The one. Do we
That
don't have the
little-
one up Namco?
No, the one up is that little the mini arcade
Yeah.
that they sell at
Oh,
Walmart.
those. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of One Up, and I talked to Mark about this, like talking about how One Up is going to come out with the virtual pinball, and then Mark was all like, "Just build one," and then I, of course, started like, "A squirrel, something shiny in you." It's not that hard to make a bin. I mean, you kind of have to be crafty and
Yeah.
build the cabinet, you know, if you don't already have one.
Setting it
Lo-
up is not that bad.
Yeah, but it's like I want to do it.
Did you see that one up? The little, everyone knows what one up is. Those little arcades from Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're actually coming out with a Big Buck Hunter,
Yeah, I saw that too.
and
A
they're
Big Buck
using
Hunter one up.
yeah, and they're using a gun that's actually it's a Kickstarter. It's a new type of light gun.
Yeah.
So instead of having sensors around the TV, it actually can recognize an LCD screen. It takes a picture of the screen
Nice.
and it knows like what you're pointing at,
Okay.
That's sick.
which is
And
crazy.
they've been
So-
trying to do that for the longest time. I
So
remember
it's
some-
already in the works. They've
Yeah.
already got like a prototype and
because
all
That
I
would be
love
cool.
the Dreamcast House of the Dead game, and I still have my light gun, but I have to like pull out the CTR TV.
that. Yeah. So they're talking about if they can make this one work, they're talking about like bringing like Area
400 pound
51 and
Oh, dude, I want that.
all the
Yeah.
classic.
You know what else I want? If anybody remembers, I believe I'm saying it right. Revolution X.
Oh man, you
Yeah.
know what?
That was-
Ham, if you're still watching.
Revolution.
Revolution
has
X, bro. Oh, dude.
But let me tell you the story about that cab, because that's like that is like the worst cab ever. It took him like I think 4 Revolution X's to make one
To piece it
Revolution
together.
X to piece it together.
And of course, I only like it. Well, it's a shooting game, but dude,
The music.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, it's Aerosmith, yeah.
Yeah.
did the music to the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never
Dude,
heard of
Steven
it.
Tyler.
It's a
at the beginning,
revolution.
like it's revolution.
Music, it's a revolution.
And I think he hands you the gun, like he like on screen. and
You
then,
shoot
like,
CDs, like
yeah.
like that's like what you're shooting. You're
Yeah.
shooting CDs. Like
Yeah,
this
maybe
game
I
came
have
out
heard
in the
of it.
90s.
Yeah, it's
I
Steven
was gonna
Tyler.
say, kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah,
then.
Steven Tyler, like I think narrates like the whole time.
I actually had the 3-player when I first started collecting
Ham has it.
arcades. There was a Namco Fun Center
Ham
in
has it.
Houston, and I drove all the way over there and I picked that game up for $400. It was it was the big one. It was the 3-gun
And
For 400.
for $400.
and where is it now?
And now you can't. Yeah, good luck finding
talk
that.
about that.
Yeah.
Manny.
Oh, I sold it. Yeah, we don't talk
You know
about
what? Let's all agree to say that we've all bought something, sold it, and then years later just
it.
go.
Regretted it.
Yeah, just like
You're
total
so
regret.
stupid. right?
All right.
100%. We've all
Yo,
done
I know.
that.
I know. I'm
So-
stupid, I know.
But yeah, so guys, and we were just kind of joking about the whole Roman candle fight.
No, we're
in the thing.
not.
No, we're not. We were.
I would do it.
I'm about to bring the pain. We're joking.
Still dual wield those things.
Mark
first-
shows up in armor and
It
stuff.
can be our first
Yeah,
tournament.
for real.
Our first tournament.
I got all
back,
my airsoft stuff.
Yeah, it's our first tournament that we're
our
gonna
first
host.
tournament back from COVID.
the Leon Valley
Social
Police.
distance,
The
bro.
Leon Valley Police are driving by like, what the hell?
We're practicing social distancing.
Yes. Stay away.
I can't just go up and punch him, so I have to throw fireballs at him.
Yeah. We're social. We're more than 6 feet away. It doesn't hurt.
It only burns.
It only burns.
Just for a second.
No regrets.
No
No
regrets. No
regrets.
regrets.
Yeah, exactly. No one was joking.
But I can't wait for the FGC to come back
Yeah,
and
no.
smash. And
Tekken
Rocket League to
tournaments.
start
ready.
up.
I'm ready for tournaments to come back. I mean, I miss. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, obviously, COVID. screwed
I'm
everything
excited
up.
because of all the stuff that we've done with the
That's, yeah, that's
stream
something. I'm
and the
excited
place.
for like people to like
Roman candles.
Because with
are-
the
play and
headsets and the cameras,
cameras
and
and
everything that
once-
we've
the
got now,
lighting and all that
Once
stuff.
tournaments come back, I think everybody's just gonna be like jaw dropped at how
Yeah, like,
epic the
whoa.
production is
100%.
gonna be. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
It's
you guys
gonna-
have something to look forward to whenever we do tournaments again.
Yeah,
Be ready. Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome.
It's
We
gonna
got
be epic.
we got all.
And like I said, I'm
sorts
trying to give y'all that big stage feel in a little place because so when you go play in a regional, you feel more comfortable. You're not like
Yeah.
all
of-
nervous.
Yeah, we're actually going to be
and-
switching up the stage stuff too, from what I heard.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
be switching up the way it looks on stage.
Yeah, and instead of having the console, I was talking to Cody about having like
Helping, psychotic what?
what?
Yeah,
Yeah, people
I
helping
I have no response.
psychotic. Nice. So I was telling Cody like instead of having the console up here, like the head to head,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe put like this table and have them sit next to each other, kind of like they do at a like at the
All the
So they're
tournaments.
sharing one monitor. You know what I mean? They can still be 6 feet apart and
Yeah.
play or whatever. So I think that'll be better. So
I think so too.
it's more realistic as to what you would see in a tournament environment. So
Okay.
trying to
Let's do
stick
it.
to that. Yeah.
We'll be able to have a camera on both people, a camera
But
on the
I still want to do
commentators.
like my original idea was like I know I talked to Ham about this. My original idea was kind of doing it like I think it's CEO that does it where they have like for top 8 they have like walk up music like
Oh,
in
like
WWE
entry-
like
oh, like,
entrance,
hell
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And like the spotlight shines on them and they do like a little thing like a little pose or whatever.
Let's
and
do
then
it.
I think that'd be awesome.
It wouldn't be
like-
hard to do. It'd just be a lot of information. We
Yeah.
literally need to get
Their
everybody's
music before,
music and
yeah.
stuff, or at
And
least
then-
just to tell me what it
So
is.
we can have an announcer come
Yeah,
up
yeah, I
with
was
a
gonna say,
microphone.
can we have the hype man? He
Yeah.
is the number 3
Yeah.
ranking
Give me-
player in
give me a
Texas.
mic.
Like,
Give me a
You
mic
just
and-
volunteered,
the-
didn't you?
dude, I would totally
Yeah.
go Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer on
and
that.
then we'll just go.
Like, dude, for real.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait, dude. Like,
Let's do it.
I get excited.
Write
like,
this
that kind of
down.
stuff.
Write this down.
It's already there. I don't need to write it down.
Rigo says, make sure we got trash talking in the background. Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's
dude,
all for
dude,
sure.
I'm gonna be there interviewing everybody before the I'm gonna say before the fight, before the match,
Yes.
after the match.
Yeah.
things
Speaking
like
of,
that.
we can actually set that up. One extra mic cable, Mark.
Mhm.
We could run this up and then put one mic just hanging
Hanging
above
there.
where the crowd is,
Oh.
and then if I wanted to,
Y'all
just
aren't
whatever
ready. Y'all
channel,
aren't ready.
boom, and then just yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I really wanted to, if
Zah!
someone in the crowd is
All right.
talking trash about someone on stage, what I do is raise the volume there and then put that volume into the person's headset so they can hear the person
Oh
down
my
there talking
God.
trash about them.
No, no, we can't do
Just
that.
to mess with their
That
head.
would distract them. during
S-
Oh,
the
of
S.A.
game.
course.
Rob just volunteered to be a hype man too.
Give me a mic.
Let's do it,
That's
Rob.
you know what? I'll tell you what. I can talk a lot of trash. I just don't know the terminology of the
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
If I
alright.
knew the terminology of the games, my God, I would probably be on Evo because I'm such a good trash talker. Like,
I'm down. I'm down.
y'all know. y'all
Yes,
have caught
we
it.
do.
Y'all have caught some point some trash talking from me. I'm sure. so.
True. Being prior military, I don't know. You're just groomed to talk trash.
Yeah, like I spent
yeah.
6 years learning how to talk trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My first, I don't know, 2 months, I had to cry a lot because I had to
I'm gonna
build
go
that-
in my bunk and
Had to cry a lot.
You know
go
what?
In the, go in the corner and cry.
While I wasn't in the military, I used to work for the state as a correctional officer, and yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
all.
you were-
My
yeah.
trash talk
Yeah,
was a
trash
thing.
talking, yeah.
But while I couldn't trash talk it, I developed a thick skin.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you're just after a while, I'm like, ha.
Uh-huh.
So trash talking I can't do, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's funny.
All
Some
right,
of the
guys.
stuff that people say.
Well, we're excited for y'all to come back. We're excited for y'all to see the changes that we made. We're excited, people to play and the new equipment and I think it's gonna be awesome.
I think so
really good.
too.
I think we just
We're
gotta
just-
get past this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
We're excited for this all to be over.
Yes,
I will.
we
I
are.
will say this: if anyone's watching that is thought about coming to the portal, please come. Like we need your business.
Yeah.
So I'm not begging, but
Buy
I'm telling
masks.
you that
Yeah, just
if
wear a
you
mask.
want, if you wear a mask, and if you want the portal to be around, like start showing up on the weekends, man. Like,
It's clean here.
yeah, it's
Buy a
clean.
shirt.
Yeah, we're
It's
clean.
not crazy
Buy
busy.
a
You're not going to
shirt.
be running into 40 or 50 people.
Yeah, support local business, support your local arcades, and they need it. All
Yeah.
of us need it. So,
Yeah.
You know, if you play at LFG, go play at LFG. If you play at Play Live, go play to those places, man. They need your money. If you play and you want to come here, please come here. We could
Go
use your money.
play, be safe.
Yeah, go play and be safe. It's pretty much that. So that's my begging segment to wrap up the podcast. And
Well, nicely done. Well done. Well done.
I'm begging without begging.
All right, you guys
Yeah.
got anything else?
I'm
Manny,
good.
No.
Cody?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, appreciate everybody that came
Thanks
in
for
today.
tuning in.
Later.
All the comments.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys.
comments are really good today. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate it.
See you guys next Friday, and happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh yeah, happy 4th of
Peace
July.
out.
Adios.